Tarra randiero tuir karta suisto ishar tunga mui. Tararnia ja kukur tu starra pi kurta pasta ichata inai. Now kuhardana. Kutua tatayara tuir kurtas tiertista. Pana hu istua. Hi Sophia. Hi Okuika. Hi Patty. Welcome. Welcome. When we going hiking, count me in. I don't know. I'm not great at hiking. I'm a little raggedy. I got some healing to do on my hips, but it'd be good for me. I should do that. Tuisa yastiu kutu nara tarki stoichu shutunamahu ita tartu yarkatanita ya ucha utkua. Hello, people coming in. Hi, 37 people, 39 people. What's up? Leave a comment. Say hello. So I know you're really there. If you guys are interested curious of what I do or who I am, and you are not familiar with me or my channel, I go by Tai L, which is just a way of articulating the idea of my highest self, my higher selves embodied in this. So I'm rarely ever Tai L, but that's just what I go by. And I'm an energy healer, a quantum architect. Hi everybody, hi Trinity, hi Katie. What Katie did next, I like that name. Are you a fan of the Matrix movies? Every time I see Trinity, I can't help but think of it now. I just get all excited for the movie. Ooh, people dropping off hot. So people are like, yeah, what is this crap? Bounce out of here. Hunu hartkin martuya kuna harta karmia shutu mahatatina kitusha rantanen yatua. Shua tusha ranada kirta nanada puata ta uyarta atkucha narata puipa pa. Team that's chata wikora. How's everybody feeling? Oh, the feed was choppy. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, that just dropped like hardcore. It dropped like 80%, right? Immediately. Oh, look, I see the Matrix avatar. Somebody's got a little Matrix avatar. It bounced out. It's about that time. You guys excited for the Matrix movie? You guys into that stuff? Hey, Daniel, what's up, brother? Good to see ya. Nakashua ho urto ina ikatundi pauistashana. Kitara. What are you up to, Daniel? We could go live together if you want. I don't know. I'm just chilling. So today is Friday, and I'm gonna try to do Friday Night Lights, or what I call Friday Night Lights. I didn't label it as that. I should have. Sorry if the music's annoying. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna try to do these lives every Friday, about the same time. So about 7:30 p.m. Pacific. So I'm not setting up event time, like the schedule thing on here, just in case I'm not feeling well or for whatever reason. I don't want to get punished for it. But just be aware of that if you guys are interested in that type of thing. And I will be I think I'm going to start offering not one-on-ones, but like if you guys want to donate during the live, I don't know, like a certain amount. I don't know how Spirit wants me to do it yet. We can do a healing live on you, or an activation, whatever you want. And so everybody can see the process of how a one-on-one healing would look like with me. Yeah. Oh, definitely, man. Another time. And where are you living? Are you in like Australia or something? I don't know. You got a cool accent. It's probably the time difference, I'm assuming, unless you're up in the States. You're on our time. You seem to be on the same kind of schedule. You like my font? You like my design stuff? Thanks. Yeah, if you guys are interested, I don't know. Spirit told me to do it, so I'm like, all right. Spirit's really trying to push me to get out of my day job. So I'm really resistant to it still, but I know the deal. So I'm working on it. I'm healing. So I'm like, I'm just going to put that up there, Spirit. That's it. I'm not going to do anything else. And they're like, okay, that's fine. So just keeping the dialogue up there. How are you guys feeling? Hey, Pinky, I am an energy healer. So in this live, and this live usually goes like an hour and a half or 2 hours or so. But throughout the live, I will channel aspects of myself, so aspects of my higher self. And that will do healing for people. That'll do activations. It can activate gifts. It can activate remembrance. All sorts of stuff. Yeah. And then I talk a lot about my own experiences. And I try to give practical tips. So you're welcome to ask me any questions you like regarding healing or spirituality or anything like that. I'm no expert. I'm not a guru. I'm not a teacher. I'm just sharing my own personal perspectives, my own experiences, and things that I've learned over time. And hopefully that helps some people. Oh, okay. So I'm resistant to mediumship. I can do it, but I'm scared and feel I need more training. Can you help? No, actually. No, because that is going to be, well, technically we can help, but that's going to come down to you overcoming your fear. You already know what's up. So you already know that you just need to overcome your fear of doing it. So it's a matter of facing that fear, and that can be done in a lot of ways. You can do it through a permission slip, through a healer. I could be that type of permission slip for you. You can decide that, I want to get help clearing and, clearing whatever this fear is, wherever it comes from. And it probably comes from other experiences and other lives and stuff, which makes sense because we're all dealing with that. The witch wound, as some people call it, from all the other lives that we've had where we've been burnt at the stake for using our gifts and stuff. But we can clear that for you. Can I help you to activate your gifts further? Yeah, that's what yep, absolutely. We can do that. That's what we do here. If you stick around, we will do a channeling, and that's usually what comes through, stuff like that. But it's up to your higher self. So I don't decide it. If it's the timing is right for you to activate your gifts or to enhance your gifts or upgrade your gifts, then we are just a tool for your higher self to do so. We're part of your design. So I don't decide that. I know that's kind of like a cop-out, but that's just the way that we work. I will only work with aspects of myself, and my higher self only works with your higher self. Hi, Vanessa. So, okay, just wanted to see if anyone else is feeling today headache, spiritual headache. The energies are really intense. I'm not the best right now for asking those questions because I had a huge initiation and healing last night, so I'm on my own. I'm in my own world. Jessica says, can you help your husband with breathing issues? Yes. Right now, if he has breathing issues, it depends. I mean, to be honest, it's potentially yes. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving medical advice. If he's having significant breathing issues, please seek medical help. That's just the way it is, especially if it's breathing or heart related. If it's serious, if it's something that's like a chronic thing that he's had issues with, then yes. But yeah, definitely, I'm no replacement for general health care, Okay, so it's something that's been going on. Yeah, we can try to figure that out. It would be something more on a one-on-one session, but if he's around and he's open to this kind of thing, he can just sit around, and when we do the channeling in a bit here, he may get benefits from it. Just set that intention and hold that in his awareness, and it may help him. Jeanne, you said there's evil people around you, need negative energy healing. You would want to armor yourself. You want to create a space around yourself that works for you. It can be as simple as just owning your own energy and pushing your own energy out rather than feeling defensive about the energies that are around you, that other people are affecting you. You got to kind of get that attitude out of the way and be unfuckwithable. Like, that's really what you need to do in order to not be affected by other people's energies. And you can do it, like, again, it's just a permission slip. It's as easy as a thought, a belief system. And it can be that simple. Or, you can create, use your imagination to create containers that help you. I have a video that, I'm not sure, I think I unpinned it, but I have a video about protection, I call it gridding and armoring. You can go check out that video, and that'll help you a lot if you're sensitive to other people's energies. That helps me a lot. I'm very sensitive to energies around me. I actually one of my kind of gifts is that I can use the energies around me I'm not taking from them, but I can use the energies to channel and enhance things. So just like if you're listening to a radio, you walk into a room and somebody's playing a radio, you're not stealing the music, you know what I mean? You're using it, you're listening to it. It's the same idea. So I can use things around me to enhance that, but some people can be affected by that in a negative way. And I used to really get my ass kicked through it. So I'm gonna scroll back up real quick. I saw a couple other questions I missed. If I missed your question, don't be afraid to ask it again, okay? I'm not offended. Hello. What is energy healing? Energy healing, in its most simple way of articulating it, is simply making changes to energy that then trickles into the physical. So everything in our physical experience, everything that we experience as our reality, starts from energy, starts from a template. That energy is what creates the experience. So energy healing heals the energy, which then heals the physical experience. Can I see people's auras? So with me, I can see auras. I don't see auras like people who see auras, you know. When I see them, I don't see details. I'm really close with some really gifted seers, and they see auras in ways that I can't even imagine. So I would never consider myself as somebody who can see auras. I do see the first layer of the aura, this is kind of fun to talk about. But I do see the very first layer of the aura pretty easily, and that just shows as like a bright light. And then I see the second layer a bit, and it's more like pixelated colors a little bit, and it kind of breathes, so it kind of fades in and out. And then in the next layer, I see like little sparks of light and like other things pop up. I call them like thought bubbles because that's the mental layer. So the emotional layer is very fluid and it changes quite a bit. The first layer is a physical layer, so I can really see that pretty easily. But the other layers, the second layer kind of breathes, and somebody just popped. Who's that? Ah, Melissa, hi. Que gusta, mi wato, curto maya katare. I felt you come in. Que king and you pinged my left ear. To shama uistu rakarnati. So that's one thing too. So for me, and I think in general, I don't know if this is for everybody. I don't know how serendipity blooms. I'm not sure how she's very gifted and she hears quite well. But for me, I hear just frequencies. So I'll get pinged in my right ear. It's generally like my higher self, like, listen to this. Or like confirming. My left ear is generally like other spirits other energies coming in. I'll usually feel it as a pressure and stuff. So what happens when you stop feeling energy like you used to? I'm not sure I understand the question. I see. Oh, okay. So you're asking like if you used to feel energy a certain way and it changed. You're probably just going through another phase. So like a lot of times when people are going through their own healing journey, we go through phases. Like when I first like really awakened to energy work and I started doing it all the time, there was like a super honeymoon phase for me. Like I could see auras really well. I could see all sorts of stuff. I could, like, when I closed my eyes, I could see with my eyes closed, more or less. I could see like the energy and outlines, and all that kind of like faded away. And as you go through different phases and you go through different healings and initiations and stuff, so it could be that. Your ears, so Witchy Woman says, my ears have been popping and ringing and pulsing a lot. That would make sense, especially as we're changing quite a bit. There's a lot of energetic changes happening at a collective level, so everybody as a whole. So all of us as people who are aware of these woo-woo stuff, oh, thank you. Those of us who are aware of these spiritual ideas are a little bit ahead of the game, but it's still happening to the rest of the collective. And so no matter what, everybody's going through changes. The full woo-woo. 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 Hi, Brandon. Hi, Goza. How are you? I don't know. If I mispronounce your guys' usernames, sorry. Hi, Canadian Lisa. Canadian Lisa. This thing isn't too distracting, is it? I don't know. Spirit asked me to do it, and I was kind of hesitant. So Hello, Lynn. Does health have a lot to do with getting your gifts? That's a great question. I mean, and I'm not sure the way that you're asking it for sure, but I'm going to answer it in the way that I'm taking it. Um, it's interesting. You'll notice a lot of healers have like chronic issues, right? It's pretty common for people to be in like the healing arts that aren't feeling well. Like for example, I have chronic issues myself. I don't show them or talk about them too much, but I'm like always in pain, and I've got issues, which you don't see them because I've found energy healing and I'm able to manage my symptoms. But healers take on a lot, especially if they're trying to upgrade themselves in this lifetime. This is a big lifetime, and a lot of us healers have really deep experiences in other lives and stuff. So we're working off a lot of those experiences, and we're processing a lot of different things and trying to really come into alignment. So some of us are working to some people might refer to it as karma. We're working through karmas. Other times we take on health issues so we can heal ourselves and be an example for others and learn through that process. So there's a lot of different things, but I think it's a misconception that I struggled with when I first started getting into healing work. Was I thought I had to be healed to be a healer. I thought I had to be fully healed, and I worked my butt off, like literally all day, every day for years. Like, because I knew that I wanted to be a healer. I knew I was going to be a healer. So I knew in my heart what I needed to do, but I had a belief system that I needed to be fully healed to be a healer. And we should heal ourselves. Healer, heal thyself. But we're all dealing with our own stuff, and you don't have to be healed to be a healer. That's not true. It's just not true. In fact, some of the most powerful healers haven't been healed all the way. And in fact, I think that there's a bit of a benefit to not being fully healed. There's an aspect of relatability because I know some people who are very healed and they're not very relatable. They don't reach many people because they're just so not in alignment with people that need to be healed. You know what I mean? They're just so far in a different place. And but yeah, we all need healing. Like everybody on this planet needs healing. There's not a single person on this planet that's healed. And anybody thinks that they're fully healed, they're a lot further behind than they have any idea. Yeah, healing is never complete. I mean, even the idea of healing, once we're healed in spirit, we still need healing. It's just we come to play these games so we can heal this experience. I'm sorry if I've missed some questions or comments, guys. So don't be afraid to ask them again. Oh, thank you. That was pretty. I love how pretty some of this stuff is. Like these gifts things, they're beautiful. Thank you so much. Gail says, I believe I'm a healer. I think I was a healer in past life. I can't remember healing people. I'm sure you were a healer. If you feel that way, I'm sure you were. I can pretty much guarantee it. And if you want to be a healer, if you're drawn to being a healer, you are a healer in this life, in any life. Everybody is a healer. The only difference between a healer and not a healer is essentially their focus of wanting to be a healer. Everybody can heal. Everybody can heal themselves. That's what a big part of the work that I'm trying to bring to the table is just techniques, little simple practical tools that anybody can use. You don't have to be full woo. Yes, there's some things I can do that are a little bit more quote unquote advanced. They're not more advanced. It's just different. I have different understandings. But everybody can heal themselves. Like the body naturally heals itself. And if you have the understanding of how the body works and how the energy works, then you can heal yourself. And there's a million different ways to heal yourself. There's not one way. It's not just healing. You can heal yourself through food. You can heal yourself through thoughts. You can heal yourself through physical movement. Like there's so many different ways. And so the way that I'm trying to bring to the table is energy healing techniques that other people might not be aware of yet, that should be a staple to whatever other healing modalities we do. What's the meaning of warm to hot in the left ear? I'm not sure. That's interesting. I wouldn't. I'm not sure. When did you receive light codes? I honestly, I think I've been doing light codes. It depends on what you mean by light codes. So there's different ways that light codes are expressed. There's light codes that I channel that are like this. This, for example, is an example of a light code. This my logo, if you want to call it that, is an example of a light code. That's some geometry that's crystallized that has certain intentions that are multidimensional. So this has a lot of different functionality to it that goes outside of the 2D image that you see. There's also light codes that get expressed through my energy when I'm doing this stuff. It expresses light codes when I speak languages. So light codes can come through that, through light language. It's just a different. It's like a functionality that comes through. But as far as like the glyphs and stuff like this, I've been doing those my whole life. I thought I was making my own fonts, and I like in third grade I thought I was creating my own logos and stuff. Literally, like I thought that's what I got into marketing and design and all that stuff. But I thought I was just creating logos, and I thought I was just creating my own codexes. Like I would have fonts, and they would all be different. Like I call them fonts, but they all would have like, secret decoder rings is what I was thinking. But they were all these like cool geometries and stuff. But so pretty much forever as far as that goes. Oh, cool! Navigate within. Your light language got activated. Awesome. All right, I'm not going to scroll too far up. If you asked a question and I missed it, okay, here's a good question. Small town girl. I started seeing particles in the air years ago and more intense now. I don't know what is happening. That's a great sign because you're just becoming more active. You're becoming activated. Pay attention to those particles, those pixels, because you can tune into them. The more you kind of focus on those subtle energies, because they're subtle energies, they kind of like sparkle like static on a TV. That's how I see them too. And you can kind of pull them out. You can like focus on them, and the more you focus on them, you might notice that you start to get a bit of tension in your head. Feel into that tension in your head or your eyes, wherever you feel it, while you imagine pulling it, not literally pulling it, but like zooming into that energy, like focusing in on it, and it'll get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and then you won't have to focus as hard. So that's what we would call tuning in. It's like really like figuring out what frequency that is and moving it, getting it just right. And then once you do that, it starts to open up and you don't have to like focus so hard. But yeah, that's a great sign that your third eye is coming on. I'll change this color. It's starting to bother me. Hello, hi. Hey, is that Michelle? Hello, have you seen people on TikTok do the emotion and body code healing by using muscle testing? I haven't seen it on TikTok, but I've seen it before, yeah. I do muscle testing on myself. You can do it. There's a lot of different ways to ask your body questions. That's how I get yes and no answers, to be honest. So I don't hear, and sometimes I get downloads and stuff, but if I want to get to the bottom of a question, I've got a knowing thing, so I just know right away. But if I want to confirm it, like I've done this test with like playing blackjack and it works. So I would ask my body, should I hit yes or no? And it would tell me. And for me, well, I've tried different ways. So there's a lot of different ways. You can program your body to do it a certain way, but generally a yes is more expansive, a no is more contractive. The way that I ask for yeses is, so this is unique for me because I get pulsing when energy comes in. So you might see my eyes flutter like that when there's certain energies coming in. So I just ask my higher self for yes, do that pulsing. And depending on how strong it is, it's a stronger yes. No's right now are just not pulsing. But in the past, I've had yes and no answers. So a yes would be like I would sway backwards, like I feel my going backwards, and no would be either down more, but generally it would turn my head to the right. Some people will use their left hand, it's their receiving hand generally, and they would ask a yes. They'd intend to connect to your higher self. and then you would ask a yes or no question, and you would program it. And generally, a yes answer would be more flowing. It would, like, you would feel energy flowing more into your hands, more out, like out your fingertips and out your hands. And a no answer would kind of get jammed up in your hands or in your wrist and stuff. It didn't work that great for me, just because I think of my coding stuff, it gets in the way. But that's one way to do it, or a couple ways. Oh yeah, the Grabovoi codes. I've seen those. I've actually have some of those written out at my desk at work. I don't know if it's working, but I'm trying them out. You found that they're helpful, huh? You're an empath and you feel other people's pain. Yeah, that's really common. I mean, it can be a gift, and it can be distracting. You know, we can let it be a benefit to us, or we can let it disable us. You know, I'm very sensitive to other people's pain, but I think we all are. It's just some people, you know, literally feel it very strongly. Yes, you're using your body as a pendulum. Yeah, that works too. Also, it literally, like, as a pendulum, you can positive energy flows in a clockwise direction, and negative energy flows in a counterclockwise direction. Because counterclockwise pulls. It's not that it's not that it's bad. It's just negative. It's just like polarity. It pulls. Positive expands. Yes, you can definitely learn to separate yourself from other people's energy, and that's really important to do. You can only experience your own energy. You can emulate other people's energies, though. So it's an experience. That's the thing. So if when we talk about taking on other people's energies, right, or giving our power away, those are just experiences. We can't do that. You know, like functionally, practically, we can't do that. We can have the experience of doing it, because we're always us and we're always connected to source. We are what we are. But we can have the experience, and that's generally what this whole game is. This whole reality is an experience of choice to have these different limitations. And one of those limitations is to let our energy be taken from us, or at least that experience of that, or being harmed and being powerless and stuff. But that's what this whole game's about, is remembering our power. It's not like anybody gives anything back. We just remember it, and we command it back, because that's how powerful we are. And it can be that simple. Literally that simple. I mean, we can even do an exercise right now. It's so simple. You can place your hand on your heart and command all my energy, all my power, all my geometry, all my code to be returned from me, from all universes, dimensions, densities, frequency bands, realities, and dream states, and command it to be returned now. It's that simple. You can say it any way you want. Just command it back. I have a code even for it. You can put the code A3694. Place it in your heart and feel your body. A3694. It's quantum entangled to bring back all of your energy, all of your code, all your multidimensional aspects. Try it out. Why, after losing your son, does it seem like you're disconnected from your gifts? I'm sorry that you've lost your son. That's terrible. I can't imagine. It's trauma. It's pain. It blocks us. It's stuff that we need to process and let go of. Likely, you know, there's a lot of grief. I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by lose your son, so I'm assuming that your son passed. It would be blockages that are created from that. You need to accept it, fully accept it, and there's something there. There's something there for you to learn and to remember. And I can't tell you what that is. That's going to be an experience for you to remember yourself. But that's what it feels like. The code, Sophia, is written up. If you scroll up in the comments, A3694. Thank you for writing that out. Navigate within. Do I have any light codes to heal that type of block? I have lots of I mean, we can design one. So when I design light codes, I mean, that's not a great example, but that's a personal light code. That's a very powerful code. That my logo right there is a very powerful code for alignment, overall alignment. And you can imagine it, you can put it in your heart, and you can command it. It's essentially a super multidimensional, multifaceted tool. Play with it. It's super simple, super powerful though. But I could design a code for that, a light code, and we could do healing for that. We could do all sorts of stuff. But yeah, so it's possible. But it's something that you'll want to do yourself, honestly. For something like that, whatever a light code is going to do is just going to make you feel through your own permission slip. It's just a permission slip that you've given that says, I'm ready to feel this. And because you weren't ready to feel it all the way through before. So it would happen, and it would just be a little bit more jarring, like you can make it happen. But sometimes we need that little push, or sometimes it's the experience of working with somebody else that we need, of having that experience of working together. Because some stuff I haven't been able to heal on my own. With all my experience on working on myself and all that I know, I've had to go to other healers, not because they had something I didn't have. It was because I'm supposed to connect with them. I've designed this experience to connect with them in a certain way, and that needs to happen, and that's what happens. Hi, Lonnie. That's a great question. Has anybody been experiencing your body releasing trauma in the dream state lately? I've been really out of my dream state. I don't remember any dreams or anything, so I couldn't say. I mean, I wake up and I've got my butt kicked, so I know I'm doing a lot of work, physical work, but I'm kind of like in my own thing right now. Like I've been triggering myself on purpose and really trying to upgrade, so yeah, I can't really say. My butt feels like it's got its ass kicked. When did my spiritual journey first start? I would say that my journey consciously started in 2010. Consciously, when I got really, well, maybe even before that, but I consciously started to try to heal myself in 2010. I think it really started in 2007, but in 2010 is when I started consciously starting to meditate and getting into actually trying to heal myself. But the majority of my healing has happened since about 2017. I was, you hit the snooze button for quite a bit, I moved away from my resources and tried other experiences, and I was hitting that snooze button. Got really dark. I went to a really, really dark place. So it's great that I did, because I wouldn't have had those experiences that I really needed. Really dark. And it's made me a better healer. So let's see, make sure I didn't miss another question. So Coach Caitlin, you said, how do you discover these quantum light codes? So the codes that like the code that I just mentioned. So the way that I do it is I create an intention. So I entangle it, an intention with a code. So for example, I mean, this is just one way to do it. You can write out exactly what you want to happen when you use this code, and then draw the code. Some people see codes and then they'll literally see them with their mind's eye. I don't. I channel them, and then they have to get the information about what does this mean. Some people will get codes in strings and numbers and stuff, so you'll ask for a code for something and spirit will give it to you, and it'll just be like this massive string of code, and then you'll want to quantum entangle it into a different code so that you can use easily. So for example, that A3694 code is a big string code that was given to me, and that not to me, but it was gifted to me from somebody else that they entangled with that number. So, but I have my own as well. But yeah, for example, let's see, I'll be releasing different examples of that very soon. I will actually be making some products and stuff that are quantum entangled with code. It's kind of simple. I'm starting the kind of simple things just because I don't quite have the time to make a lot of stuff, and I get distracted easy with 3D stuff, and but I want to make chopsticks that have codes on them, because Spirit was teaching me about how using chopsticks channels energy through your fingertips a certain way, a very powerful way, into the sticks. But if you have light codes on those chopsticks, it can channel those intentions as well. So it can be really powerful. It's like eating a program. You're like, this is an intention. You're putting this energy and this code into what you're eating, and then you're eating it. That's what makes it very powerful. That's why doing it, your food, your drinks, it makes it very powerful. That'd be considered magic, but the church does it, eating the body of Christ and drinking the blood of Christ. Those actions, our body, it's like uploading. It's a very physical experience of uploading things, and it can be very powerful. And then also, like a toothbrush, I want to put, have it light codes on toothbrushes and stuff like that. Yeah, chopstick wands, exactly. That's exactly. Yep, they call it wands. Triggers can help awaken gifts, absolutely. Trigger, hey, what's up, Vasu? Vasu. I don't know. You teach us how to pronounce that, and I always mess it up. So triggers can help awaken gifts. Yes. So triggers will help you heal. Triggers are like activating emotions that need to be processed generally. So a trigger is like an event that your higher self is designed, essentially. Like when it takes a lot to trigger me in general, like basic stuff, like, day-to-day life stuff doesn't trigger me so much, but things that my higher self designs to trigger me, I feel, and I know exactly what it's about. I know that it's a coordinated thing to trigger me in a certain way because I feel it so viscerally in my body and I can't prevent it, Thank you, thank you for the roses. And then, yeah, it's just a different feeling for me. Like I know the difference, and I get the whole download. Like I know what's going to happen. I know what it's all about, but I can't stop it from happening. So it's best when I feel that, and when we feel triggers, to lean into it, to accept it and allow it, and know that it's just part of us processing, and it helps it move so much faster. It doesn't stop the triggering from happening. It doesn't stop the other party, maybe, because a lot of times it involves another person, because they may not be conscious of what they're doing. Like they're at some level, they're working with you completely, but in the physical reality, they may hate your guts. They may absolutely hate you, but in the energetics, they may be, they're doing a big service for you. Yes. Yep. Helps us level up. Si tatati no kuya tu na marutu kartasticha tatata yaku umbu ui papua. How did I learn the light language? For me, it's remembered. So some people might call that an activation. I call it, it's an activation is just another way of saying it. We remembered something. Because we're not getting anything when we're here. We're like removing stuff that we're not, so we can be what we truly are. All the density and the bullshit that we're not. Hey, Michael, what's up, bro? What is normal, Sophia? But the only reason I've felt crazy forever. Like, I was in the closet for a really long time. I was doing healing work all the time. That was literally my entire life, like from waking up to sleeping. Luckily, like even my day job, when I was able to work. So I was unable to work and function for quite a long period of time. And when I was in bed, pretty much, I was just researching like stuff, like I wasn't doing it consciously in a practical way, which is a big difference. So a lot of people out in the world right now are really into metaphysics, and they're really into these type of consciousness topics and stuff like that. They're really knowledgeable, but they're using the left side of their brain. They know, they have information, and there's a big difference between wisdom and knowledge. And what we really need right now is people to experience things. We need people to start using things practically. Like, there's so many people who talk about like healing, but they're not really truly doing it yet. Like, and that's what we need. But once we get to that point, like I was doing it all day, every day. Even once I started working at a job, I'm at a job where I could bust out my work super quick and then meditate all day and work on my pain, and like, if I need to purge, I'm like sit at my desk and just bawling my eyes out so nobody can see me, years of that until I finally, and even once I was more evened out, I still wasn't ready to kind of come out about it. You know, like I still was very quiet and just observant because my perspectives didn't fit anybody else's, even like advanced people or people, people who've been doing this for their whole lives. It's like their perspectives and the way that they perceived things was so different from me that I thought I was wrong. And that was really important, is that I'm always expecting to be wrong. And that there's a very thin line where that can hold you back, right? So it's really good to always be willing to be wrong, but to think that you're wrong over somebody else's perspective. Like if somebody sees something a certain way and you see it differently and you think that you're wrong for seeing it that way, that's where it gets tricky. And that's where I was for a long time. But it did make me learn. So right now, when things trigger me in a way where I don't agree with it, I'm the first to dive into it. Like a lot of people I follow on this app are people with perspectives that I don't share because I want to learn more about their perspective. I'm trying to figure, I want to see where they're coming from because they're just me and it from a completely different perspective. They're looking at things and they have their own expertise and they're bringing their own knowledge and their own puzzle piece to the table, and that's really important. It's really important, and that's how we grow. It doesn't mean that it'll change my perspective. I mean, it will change it in some way, but it doesn't mean that it'll change the way that I feel and see the world. But it does help me to see a bigger picture, and that's really important in the way that I perceive things. Have I healed or have I shared my healing journey? No, not yet. Spirit, not yet. It's coming. Yeah, it was supposed. I think I was supposed to share it like a week or two ago, and I just kept getting distracted. It's coming. I need to do it. I really need to do it. So it's gonna be a healing thing. It's gonna be hard for oof. Can you feel that? So my heart's already like, oof. Yeah. It's not as bad as like some people have really hard life like experience. Whoa. It's not that it's just I haven't talked about it, and that's been the problem. It's not that it's particularly traumatizing or anything. It's just that I haven't talked about it. On purpose, I kept it to myself the whole time. Like the people around me thought that they knew what was going on, and they had no clue. Nobody had any clue. Nobody at all. And and even when I was healed, it's still like, even when I was going through my healing process, it was like looking around at other people who are spiritual or healers and still feeling completely alone. And that their perspective is like, you're like, you still feel really, really alone, So, but yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you for holding space. Well, maybe that's a good time. Maybe it's a good time to do some energy work. What do you guys think? I think that feels right. I think it'll move some stuff through. You guys want to get some? We'll see how it works with this little background thing. Hopefully I don't disappear or something. But if you guys are open to receive, you guys can relax, and I'll channel some stuff through. So healing can come through at this time. Activations can come through. Gifts can get activated. You might get soul memories. You might hear messages. You might just get down. You might just feel. You might not feel anything, and that's okay. It's a little different. And if you're really new to energy work or spirituality or whatever you want to label things as, it can take some time to build up a sensitivity to what we call subtle energy, because it is subtle. But once you start tuning into that subtle energy and you start experiencing it more, it becomes a lot less subtle. For me, it is very not subtle. It moves my body literally. Like it'll pop my neck and crack things. And so it can be very, very hardcore. But if you guys are open to receiving, just relax. and I'll walk you through the process. If there's an intention that you would like to have addressed through the healing or the channeling, just hold that in your awareness. Or if it's something physical, like if there's a certain area of your body, I always suggest if to identify a place in your body that you feel things physically, or it's finally come to the physical manifestation, because that means it's been an emotion or a mental or an emotional issue for long enough that it's finally solidified into the physical. So it's a dead giveaway. Your body's saying, hey, pay attention to this. So if you have physical issues, I highly recommend just feeling into that as deeply as you can. Almost make it worse. It's like hitting a booster. It's like if you have a pain, it's almost like flexing it, but without flexing it. You don't want to create tension, but you want to feel it as deeply as possible. Be like, F this. I'm gonna feel this so bad. I'm gonna like make it hurt, but not making it hurt. You know what I mean? It's a little tricky, but just put your full awareness in it. Have the intention that you want it to be healed, and then allow the energy to do the rest. Okay. And as I'm doing this, as I start to channel, there's likely going to be people who come into the chat. Ignore them, okay? It just happens because it's weird stuff. People might say things that aren't cool. It might not happen, but if it does, just ignore it. Don't pay attention. You don't even have to look at the screen. In fact, I invite you to relax deeply and close your eyes, okay? You don't have to. It's up to you. But relaxing your eyes is very important. It can be very important for receiving. And actually, I'll ask everybody to relax your eyes now. Take a deep breath, relax your eyes, especially behind your eyes, because there's your pineal gland and all the good stuff is going to move through, all the energy is going to move through the good stuff, like your pineal gland, your hypothalamus, all that good stuff right down the middle. And it'll help relax things. Relax your jaw. So don't clench your jaw, because it can be easy for us to clench our jaw. And then just sink into your seat. So relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Those are the main things. And then just allow your eyes to move if they need to, okay? So what I do every time, I do this before I come in, but I walk through the process in case you want to use these protocols in your own practice. So what I always do is I connect to the Grand Central Sun. So the Grand Central Sun is like a portal for source. So I'm going to pull source light, source code, just like golden white light, divine frequencies, whatever you want to identify it as, through that portal. And then I pull it down through our sun, which is another portal. So I'm going to pull it through our sun. There's an ankh in the portal, and you can connect to that ankh in the sun with your third eye if you wish, and with your heart if you wish, so we can all connect together. And then I'm going to pull this light down through my crown, and if you wish, through your crown, through all of our chakras, out our root, and into the center of the earth. And it's going to go down into the crystal core of Gaia, into the earth. So the earth gets the healing too, and it gets put into the grids, whatever needs to happen for the highest good. Then we're going to pull this light back up through my root, through all my chakras, and all yours if you wish, out the crown and back up to source. And we're just going to ask that to continue to flow for the remainder. And I'm just going to open my heart. I'm going to intend to open my heart. Just going to open it. You can imagine your heart blooming like a flower. Healing comes from the heart. It's really important. It's also like a virus protection software. You know, like it's like your Norton antivirus. Wow, why is that hard to say? So you can run through things through your heart where the energy's already coming. That's why. Okay, excuse me. So just open your heart. Now I'm going to set an intention. My intention is that no harm will be done, no energy will be taken that is not freely given, and it will be in alignment for the highest good of all only. And now I'm going to ask that everybody who set their own intention get exactly what they ask for. So be careful what you ask for, and it may come in lots of different ways. So just be open to that. Don't try to set things in stone in a certain way. Be open to letting things happen naturally as your higher self is designed. It's not up to me, it's up to your higher self. It's not up to you, it's up to your higher self. Sush. Horna jana. Kerna tuir karsutu. Sheta tarnimia. Horna rajana. Oa. Ist arnau. Ku ka puaf varnau. Tinata tatiku hartu sa. Sasa nämualartu. Kikatu kimakaku. Shitutua taparku shayara. Tisiatarana uirata. Tushata. Shinataku. Tarutu karmi. Shitata takuta. Tarana hartu parki maku. Lula kina no lulu kina yir. Kurnarda. Ipatu tu na mahu tu Tastarni batus. Takuno kurti petistar kurta torna jardi. Mauja tuja tua. Hania ranno. Nyato tatu. Yalanga por. Nyatardi tu kutui. No. Harna sarataratora. Yarna hartu sata. Kinarato en niortu. Hartu. Che amo ya. Yayu kuya. Io hoyo. Au otu au. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think that's it. It was a little different. Even for me, that was a little different. All right. We're done. How you feeling? Welcome back. That was very interesting. That was different for even me. So I only channel aspects of myself. So if Loki came through, which I wouldn't doubt, I wouldn't be yeah, wouldn't be doubtful. Oh, cool, Yara. Yeah, how are you feeling? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you guys want to share your experiences, that's really helpful, especially for people who are new to this. It's really weird. If you're new to this and you just happen to come across this video through you're flipping through, welcome to the world of the weird, you know? What I'm doing, if you saw it, is what people refer to as channeling, but I only channel aspects of myself, which if you're new to this, you probably have no idea what that even means anyway. But I'm not, so when people refer to channeling, they're usually, the idea of channeling would be like allowing other beings, if you believe in that, other entities, other aspects, spirits, to move through you and express themselves through you in different ways or express energy. I connect to other aspects of myself, which is not too much different, but it is different, that express themselves through me. So it feels like there's other beings, but there are me. It's a energetic thing that is very is a sovereignty thing for me. And it's a different experience in my body. I can try to channel other beings that are not part of my stream, or however you want to articulate it, and it's much different for me. It's difficult. Intuitive Weaver, if you're new to this stuff, don't be afraid to ask questions. And thank you for everybody who's sharing their experiences. That can be very helpful. Oh, that's Murphy. That's great. Yeah, no, having an open mind is great. I mean, if you sat through that and this is new, and you definitely have an open mind. So I appreciate that. And there's no such thing as coincidence in my perspective. So if you're here for a reason. And if you're open-minded, you're likely open to receive. So just be aware of that things might get a little weird for you, but only for the highest good. So, and if anybody who experienced that, if you start to have your own kind of like spiritual awakenings through it, because that can happen, and I'm not pre-programming it to say that that'll happen at all. But if it does happen and it starts to get a little weird, come back and find me and let me know, and I'll help you out. Okay. There's lots of ways. It can be kind of scary and jarring for some people. It can be tough. So there's no judgments, and don't worry. I'm happy to speak to you about it and help you out. But yeah, I use this type of stuff to help people heal. It can be used for a lot of different reasons. I primarily use it to help people heal themselves, so they can become whoever they truly are, and that can be for anything, you know. Anything. Thank you for the gifts. Hello from Jamaica. Right on. Nice to have you, Danielle. Yeah, what messages did you guys receive? So, oh, if you're asking if I received messages, I did not. So that's not really how I decode. I don't decode what comes through. Um, they, my higher selves, my aspects, different aspects of me, which a different aspect of me you might consider an aspect of you be a past life, just for example. Um, but it goes deeper than that, other than what you perceive as a past life. There's really no such thing as past lives. There is from the perspective of viewing it in linear time, but everything is happening in the now. So future lives are just the same as past lives. And there are other people, some people have other experiences in other realities, other star systems and galaxies, other universes. There's all sorts of stuff, and you don't have to buy into that. And that's, if that's not part of your belief system, that's totally cool. But those are some part of some people's experiences in the physical, and they have experiences that physical experiences that reflect that. So, such as what some people might refer to as miraculous healings. I've seen stuff that happen that shouldn't be able to happen from many people's perspectives. I am trying to manifest. I'm open. Do I need healing? Everybody needs healing. Everybody needs healing. Everybody manifests as well. Everybody. It just depends on where we're manifesting from. Are we manifesting from our subconscious, or are we manifesting from our conscious, or from where we want to intend things? And if it's from our subconscious, because we generally are manifesting from our subconscious, we need to reprogram our subconscious to work for us rather than against us. You're most welcome, Malibu. Yeah, Malibu. Maui. Sorry, Maui built. Malibu? I got like 2 letters, right? 3 letters. Hello. So anybody here that's new to this stuff, and you're willing to have an experience, I would love for you to make a comment. If you have pain in your body somewhere, and you would like to have an experience of removing that, or at least to try and feel it out, and we can try that. Soul Architect, you're into this stuff, you know that. Your name's Soul Architect. Somebody who's new to the whole idea, to the whole concept, who doesn't believe in it. And I'll tune into it. I'll know. Let's see. Or let's see. Okay, hold on. We can do this group thing. Let's do a group thing. So neck. So I saw 3 necks. So we'll do it so far. So I think that I saw 3 necks, which is good. So let's do work on neck pain. Necks and knees. Okay. We'll do neck and then we'll do knees after that. Okay. So it can be, and when I work on it, I can talk. So it's not going to be as strong if I'm talking, but at least I can talk through the process, and that way it doesn't just bore people. It depends. I don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know. When I work with groups, it's a little different. But we will first work. I've done a lot of working on back pain and stuff. So I'm not going to do that. Usually a lot of people have back pain issues. If it's in your lower back, it's usually something in your life that you don't feel supported. I have a transmission on my profile. If you have back pain, I highly recommend checking that out. Go and looking for it and finding it, and then just watch that on repeat. Feel the pain in your back, and then allow that to move through. Just feel it as deeply as possible, and just allow that to loop, and it should help. Okay, so we're gonna do neck first. So anybody who has neck pain, and just everybody, honestly, this is great for everybody. And other people can help, because we're a part of a group frequency. Everybody here is in a group container, and that container can help each other heal. So if we all pay attention to that area, we can help other people heal that need help in that area. Okay, so we're going to start with the neck, and what we're going to do to start is we're just going to remember that our established pillars. So we have that pillar of light that's moving through us. And if it's not moving through you already, just intend to do so. Just imagine a pillar of golden white light that moves through your body. It helps bring in fresh energy and it helps replace anything that gets removed, okay? And it helps, if you want to believe, protect your space. You know, if you have that belief system that you need to be protected. So we'll do that. And then healing comes from the heart. So we're going to open our hearts. So just imagine your heart open. Just open it. It's just your imagination, your intention. You can imagine a flower blooming. You can imagine a geyser gushing. Whatever feels right for you to imagine. Just set that intention that your heart's opening. You can imagine it spinning in a clockwise direction in the front of your chest. All right. And then the people who have pain in your neck, just feel your neck, okay? Wherever it's at. I'm just going to set the intention that that's what we're working on. We're working on the group container for the neck. So when I'm working like this, I'm just going to be talking. So I'm not going to use vocal light language as much. So this way I can like articulate what's going on. I can feel it in my body. So as we're working through things right now, I'm feeling building of pressure and tension in my neck, which is making it difficult to speak, to be honest. So maybe I won't be able to talk. So let me clear it first. So I'm going to ask, so I'm going to call in a constellation to assist. So I'm going to ask the constellation of Taurus to flow into the necks of all that are receiving and assist to help clear that. Whew, so my neck just cracked. So starting to release. So we got one good release, but it's not going to be quite out yet. So, okay. I am going to do some light language. Whoa, man. There's a lot of neck to be worked on. I think it's mine too. So there should have been a pretty big release for you guys. That was a pretty big release. So we're going into another layer. So, so I'm essentially, you notice I'm kind of looks like I'm kind of working on myself. It's just because it's quantum entangled. So, It's just a little tricky. So I can work on something that's in front of me, or I can use myself to work on. And I also need healing too in this area, so this is perfect. There's probably gonna be all sorts of stuff that's going on. There's all sorts of stuff. So you may be having one experience, and another person is probably gonna be having a completely different experience. Okay, so tightening up. It's funny, working on the neck is not easy to speak. Oh, you can hear things adjusting and realigning. And maybe happening in other people's bodies too. So I don't know if you can hear it on the camera. Yeah, I do. I definitely have cords and stuff. I have stuff going on in my neck. My neck is it's another story. So there's another big release. We're not quite done yet. I still feel more. Still more. Tu au. Kau kora nara koala tuyashta. Nishta tima hakuyar tau kora. Shita tata niki. Kia turnyar kurta takanyamar kurta. Shito tutuama kurta. Kit, musht uyau. Shitaku. Tuarta yanaka. Meha. Whoa. So if you feel like you need to release, I know it might be tough in the situation that you're in, but if you feel like you need to yell or scream or let a noise out, and you have the opportunity to do so, please do. It'll help a lot. And we're clearing stuff out, but that can happen. Because we're working on the neck, which represents communication, right? So if there's blocked energy in this area, it's because we're not speaking our truth, or we're not speaking something, or we're not talking. Maybe we've lied a lot in our experiences, or there's a lot of different ways, but it's an area of communication. The frequencies of communication move through this area. Yeah, coughing and yawning assists for sure. Humming, absolutely. Gurgling, gargling. So that's big. Cool stuff. All right, we're almost done. Almost done. So that should have been another pretty big release. So I'm just going to I'm going to call in the healing streams of grace just to assist. Just going to run down through us if you're open to receiving that. So I think we got one more big release, and then we'll be done with the neck, and we can move on to the knees, I think. We shall. Okay, that wasn't a big release. That's a small one. Okay, boom. Okay, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Is that it? Okay, that's it for the neck. And now, so the thing is, so if your neck isn't completely cleared yet, it will, the codes, so all this kind of stuff will continue to work over time, okay? So it'll continue to drain, things will continue to work itself out. And again, this isn't a cure-all. You know, it's not like this experience of us working like this together is a co-creative experience. And it comes down to what you have designed for yourself. So if it's not cleared all the way, but you did have an experience of getting some release, that's huge. That's a big step forward, and that's really important to remember. For example, I've gone through healing so much. So the areas that I need healing in this area as well. And through this, I received healing. But I mean, I've literally worked on my neck thousands of hours, like literally, maybe if not thousands, in the high, like maybe 999 hours. You know what I mean? Like it's something I work on all the time, just because. And I know there's reasons for it. I understand why it's happening, but it's just one of those things, right? So there's always different reasons why certain things happen, and it might be part of your remembering process to not be fully healed. Maybe it's to have this experience where you felt it, and then down the line you realize what's going on, because it's not about being healed. It's not about being perfect. It's about the path to get wherever we need to be. So if you guys have any water nearby, I would highly recommend drinking some water. It's really important. It really helps, because this type of work creates shifts in the cells. So our cells, our physical cells, are going to be doing a lot of the work. Let me grab a little, I'm going to step away just for 1 second to grab a bottle of stuff that would be helpful. Moon Goddess, that would be accurate. Yep. Go back. So these guys are really helpful too. I guess it's reversed here, but it's called Highland. It's a Highlands brand bioplasma, and it's a combination of 12 different salts that are essential for our cells to function optimally. And these are really helpful for integration and helping our cells function optimally. So like if you're sick, they're great too. But especially if you're into energy work and you're trying to heal, these are amazing for helping with the integration process. You can put them in your water or whatever. But it's really important for me right now, because I'm going through my own initiation process other than just the healing I do normally, which will pretty much be kicking my ass for the next 3 months. So I have no idea what this is going to look like, but just a super helpful tool. So I'm gonna take a little break. No, I'm not gonna break from this, but take a break from doing the healing for a little bit, and I can just chat some more, and then we'll go into the knees, okay? So I can answer some questions and stuff. But I'm going to take a quick second just to relax my neck and stuff, because it's healing and releasing. But ask questions, and I'll answer them very slowly, if that's okay. So chaotic neutral. Go to my page if you're looking for some help after surgery. Go to my page. It's going to be reversed, guys, so it's going to be hard to see, but if you go on Amazon and you look for cell salts, you'll likely find this. You can be sitting down or lying down, whatever's most comfortable. Allura, yeah, they're great. They're super cool. Like when I first found them, when I first found them, when I took them, it was like taking a drug almost. Like it was like I could feel it going into my cells so much. It was really relaxing, and I have a lot of muscle tension normally, so it was really helpful. All right, starting to get it to chill. Yeah, and if it triggers emotions, guys, allow them. It's the best. No, Moon. Hey, Angel Fire, Star Child, what's up, girl? No, Moon Goddess, please continue. Like we're a community here. You know, it's not like a chat group, but it's the same idea. We're all part of a group frequency, and everybody has things to bring to the table. And it's really important that we do so. You know, because we all have different pieces to the puzzle and different perspectives. You know. And let's just be respectful. I think everybody in this group frequency is, you know, on the same wavelength as. Hi, Aubrey. So I am a what some people might refer to as a quantum architect. I'm an energy healer, so I'm a healer. If you want to use labels, I'm not a big fan of labels, but if you're interested, that's kind of what I do. It's the best way to articulate what I do. So if energy had a template layer, right? Like if it was a program, yeah, I work with the code that creates the templates that then create the physical reality. So I can change the coding. I'm not sure I know this person, so I'm not going to. Somebody's inviting me. They look nice. It's not a label, it's a gift. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. So Cheryl, we will be working on knees soon. So if you have any knee stuff, everybody, honestly, working on the knees is great for everybody because we store a lot of emotions in the knees and the hips and different joints. So it's going to be really helpful for everybody. Hey, hi from Ireland. I love Irish. I love the Irish. The Irish. I lived in San Diego for a while, and I used to have a lot of Irish friends come in the summertime because they would come party down there and work at like SeaWorld and live on the beach. It was really cool. They would teach me all the words like stocious, get stocious, because we drank a lot, of course, right? Oh, right on, some more Irish. Do I have some Irish cred now? I said stocious. It's kind of like I'm practically Irish. Peached. Oh no, Zaffy. I'm sorry. Stick around. We should be able to help. We should help. Do I study the brain? I wouldn't consider myself a studier of the brain. I have done my plenty of research, but compared to what other people know about the brain, I don't know jack, so I won't pretend to. I know the basic functionalities that work for me in practical applications, and that's generally how my memory works. If I'm not using it practically in my life at that time, I forget it. So I've done tons of research on stuff, gone. But I have that in my subconscious, and so if it's relevant, it resonates, and that's important. Do I remove blocks? Yep. Yes, I do one-on-ones too. I guess that's a good time to, I mean, I've been on here for a while, but I guess that if you're here and you are interested in any of this stuff for whatever reason, if you're interested in getting healing yourself, or you have questions or anything like that, you can go ahead and go to my profile page, and I'll have a link in there, and you can go to that link, and it will allow you to send me a message, and you can send me a message and ask me whatever questions you want. If you're interested in a one-on-one session, we can do that. All sorts of stuff. Pretty much right now, I only offer 2 options for sessions, like a 30-minute session, which is kind of it's like short and sharp, but we can do a lot in it. But generally, the most popular option is the full hour session, which is essentially like a full frequency upgrade. So about half of it is focused on healing and clearing, so that whatever needs to come in as far as gifts and activations and upgrades can come in during the second half or so. Really, it's up to you. Your higher self is, designs it, and I'm just the tool to get you there. And then I also do, if you would like, I do pre-recorded transmissions. So you can choose whatever intentions. So if you're not quite ready for a session, but you want to get some energy work done and you want to, work on something specific and you don't have, maybe if resources are an issue, having a pre-recorded transmission might be an option. That's really similar to like the videos that I do on TikTok, except it's a full-length song, whatever song that you want. You can choose whatever song, and then I will channel healing to whatever intention or whatever needs to come through to to whatever music and whatever intention or intentions you want. And it can be really powerful. You can listen to it over and over again, get the same effects, or it can go deeper and deeper into your intention. So that's a good option, and that's only $22. So, and it won't be like, it'll only be $22 up until the new year, and then Spirit's having me change things. So it's going to be a little different. It's not going to be it's going to still be pretty cheap, but it's going to be different. So it'll be like, I'll have a TikTok account where it'll go through TikTok instead of the way that I do it. Cause right now it's like it's kind of a whole thing, but that's my plug. And scene. Is it a form of Reiki? It's similar to the idea of Reiki. It's energy healing. So yeah, Reiki is a form of energy healing. Reiki uses symbols. If you've seen them, like the Shoku-rei and stuff, those are examples of light codes. If you didn't know that, so they use light language and light codes in Reiki. Do I connect with Kundalini? My personal Kundalini, not in the way that other people understand Kundalini, no. So when I've had Kundalini activation, it's been from the top up. So I don't experience it like other people, so I'm not really one to talk about it too much. Do I teach classes? No, but I do. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, we will be doing classes at a local shop here, which is an amazing store. But I will be doing free classes there soon. I just need to pull the trigger. I need to talk to them about it. But I would love to do sessions there, or not sessions. I do my sessions there, but I would love to do free classes there. And I plan to work with kids too. So we're planning to have kid classes for energy work, and that's something I'm really passionate about. So if you have kids and you're in like Washington State, it can be really a cool tool for you. Like, I don't have other words. I will do stuff online soon. I just have to, I still have a day job. Spirit's trying to transition me out of that 3D job. So people who are interested in sessions and getting transmissions and stuff, that helps me do this more often. Like it's about that time to start transitioning. But I don't know what TMS is. I'm sorry. Maybe I do. I just don't know what the acronym is. Why does your throat chakra feel heavier when you're watching it? I'm using my throat chakra a lot. As I am here, like my throat chakra is kind of weird, or not even my throat chakra, other aspects of my being that could be translated into my throat chakra. That's why the light languages and stuff come through so much. But as I'm speaking, I'm also transmitting codes. Just my energy is also transmitting things. So you may be receiving healing just by being in this group frequency and just hanging out. So that can happen. And even if you are just hanging out, there's a lot of powerful beings that are just chilling in here, so if you want to hold an intention in your awareness, there's a lot of there's a lot of big players in the ether right now that are watching, and they can help you out. If you would like to ask for healing for whatever reason and just set that intention, ask for healing and we can come help you. It doesn't have to be a conscious thing. My physical body doesn't have to express it. You can just ask for help. So just know that too. There's no rules, man. Like our 3D limitations are just illusions, and it has to do with our belief systems. So once our belief systems are changed, that we believe, and it usually gets changed through an experience. So once you have an experience where you actually feel energies, your belief systems get shook up quite a bit. That's referred to as cognitive dissonance for most people. It can be pretty hard because the ego is literally dying and it's being reborn into a new version of yourself. So it can be very difficult. So just heads up with that. Yeah, if you want specific healing and blocks removed, Kindness Queen, just go to my profile and send me a message, and then we can do one-on-ones. That's the best way. But we will do another healing here in a bit, not too far away. We'll do it on the knees, but that can be helpful for everybody. Transcranial magnetic stimulation. That sounds really interesting. No, I haven't heard of that before. Yeah, we all are acting as a tuning fork. Yep. And then that's what's great about being around other people who are doing the healing work, is that it's contagious, kind of. Frequency, other lower frequencies will resonate at a higher frequency to match, what's there, So it's great to be around other people who bring you up rather than try to pull you down. Oh, congratulations, Intuitive Weaver. That's amazing. That's got to feel so, like, relieving, I know it's coming. I know it's coming for me, but I'm still working on some healing things. I've got some, I don't have blocks. I wouldn't call them blocks, but I definitely have some resistance to certain things. And I'm very aware of it, so it's just I have to move through it. Yeah, so Sarah, 48, if you feel like you need to move during healings and stuff, do. You might have been your light language is trying to come through. And if you haven't seen some of my videos, if you go to my profile, I just posted one today that shows how to heal your body with your hands, listening to your body through the feeling in your hand. And that moves the hand, so you move with the energy. But that's actually how I started to remember my light signing, is by feeling the energy with my hand, allowing the energy to move my hand. It's really subtle at first, but you might feel little movements in your fingers like this. I'm exaggerating, of course, but like way more subtle. And then it like moves back and forth, but you get a feel for how the energy moves. And then, you can listen to the energy. And then once you're able to listen to energy, you can let it do other things. You can allow it to move you in ways that, are a little bit more dramatic. And then you can get really fast with it. And you mix it with your clear cognizance. So you're knowing, your clear knowing and your feeling. Is it normal to feel completely drained after being around a large group of people? Absolutely, especially these days. I mean, there's, I would say about half of the dang planet right now is dying to get energy somehow, because their old selves are dying, literally. They're either going to have to evolve, or they're going just to suffer. So, and there's a lot of people who are parasitic in nature. They don't mean to be. We don't mean to be. I don't buy into all that. My personal perspective is that everybody's doing their best, or what they're just going through the experience that they've designed for themselves. So it doesn't do us any good to like create enemies out of our peers that are siphoning energy from us. So it's not like that. But you should learn to own your energy. I don't even like to use the word protection. Because it kind of like, protection means that you have to be defensive, right? You're going to be attacked, so it's already inviting attack in a lot of ways. So just feeling like a badass, feeling, whatever makes you feel like a bad, owning your energy. So what helps me, instead of like shielding when I go out into big groups of people, I don't shield. I own my energy. I open my heart more. I push my energy out. I own myself. And I get in that mode of like, anything that comes into my energy is going to get healed. Like if it's in my reality, it's made its way into my physical reality, and it's going to get what I give. I'm not going to take what they give. Like they don't have to choose to heal, but if they're in my space, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be out of love, and it's not going to be out of a parasitic energy. So they'll get my energy. I'm not going to take from them. They're not going to take my energy, but if they choose, they can feed off of that frequency. And again, it's like listening to the radio. They're not going to take my energy from me, but they can listen to my music, if that makes sense. So they can vibe with me. But it's a really important difference. It's an empowering perspective instead of like a victimizer perspective, and that's really important. All right. Well, I think I'm feeling like let's work on the knees. I don't have too much. I don't have too much talk left in me. I'm getting kind of tired, kind of burning out. So let's do the knees, okay? So if you guys are interested in receiving healing, we're going to work on the knees. Everybody can use healing in the knees, whether you have knee issues or not, okay? And if you want to assist, just feel your knees. Become super aware of your knees. Relax as much as possible. Open your heart. Feel your heart as much as possible, and that will help as well. So we're going to do the knees. Just relax. Only if you're open to receiving. And again, no energy will be taken, no harm will be done, and it will be in alignment for the highest good of all only, okay? It's funny, I get these invites. I should do that. I should get on one of these nights and just like accept invites and just... I've done it a couple times, but it gets a little weird. Because, I mean, this stuff's weird, so... Alright, so we're going to work on the knees. So we have that pillar of light. Just establish that pillar of light, a golden white light that goes through all of our chakras down into the center of the earth and the guy's heart. We've already got it established. We're just going to do it again. Just protocol, just helps the process into the heart and then back up. So Gaia gets the love. We all get the love. The collective gets the love and goes up through our root, up through all of our chakras and back up to source. We just open our hearts, whatever visual or whatever intention helps with that. Just imagine your heart opening, blooming. You can imagine it cycling open, be like a tornado in your heart. Whatever works for you. You know what? I'm actually going to help open our hearts even more. So if we have a blocked heart, I have a little trick that helps with this, okay? So I'm going to connect, if you're open to this, I'm going to connect us to the constellation of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is going to come down in a white stream, down through our crown and into our heart space. And then through that stream, a code that's going to come down in a green cylinder. It's going to flow down through the stream and into our crown and down into our heart space. And it's going to spin in a clockwise direction. And it's going to spit out electromagnetic frequencies that will help activate our heart. It'll help open our heart, both physically and energetically. So all of our physical anatomy that it opens up when our heart is opened up, it kind of helps boost that, okay? So we're just going to feel it. Breathe into your heart space. Just imagine it blooming, just opening up, whatever feels good. Whew. Think happy thoughts. Think Peter Pan thoughts, you know? Think of snuggling that cute little kitten or the puppy that you got, or like coming home to your partner that you haven't seen in a long time, you know? Those type of feelings. You're seeing your mom and dad that you haven't seen in a long time. Whatever it is. Your puppy, the past when you were a kid, just came back. Okay. Now we're going to start working with the knees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the constellation of Capricorn to help. So Capricorn rules the knees. So I'm going to ask Capricorn to connect to everybody who's open to receive into their knees. And help bring healing, help break up stagnant energy, help release emotions, okay? A lot of emotions are stored in the knees, so be aware of that. If emotions come up, allow them to be released. You don't have to make it a big deal. Just know that they're on their way out. If it can be a little tiny cry, it can be a little anger. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Whatever it is, just allow it to happen, and it'll help a lot, okay? So I'm going to ask my specialist aspects. So I have some specialists that, I guess, work on knees. So they're going to come and help you out. And time and space doesn't matter. So it can be the same ones that work on everybody's knees. So don't worry about that part. So these weird noises that I'm making, they might not sound like much, right? They just sound like weird little sound effects. But they sound much different in other dimensional spaces, if you want to refer to it as that. So for example, if you are on plant medicine, or you know, ayahuasca, or you were to smoke dimethyltryptamine, it may be a completely different experience. It's just the multidimensionality of these things. So you can see how different the aspects are compared to like when we worked on the neck, right? It's quite a different experience. Yo. Oh. Gestito na. Hello, Lily Maya. Hello, Lita Isha. Hola, ya, Isha, ya, Etusha. Tisha, ya, olo, olo, olo. Cola rara. God. So, there should be a big release. I'm going to ask Aquarius to flow into the shins and calves just to help move that stuck energy out. And then I'm going to ask Pisces to flow into the feet to help move that stuck energy out. And it just is going to drain into the feet and down and out. You may feel things in all sorts of different areas of your body. So the thing is about when we work on a certain area, they can be tied to so many different places. So like when I'm doing my energy work on people, we might be working on a specific area of the body. And when I'm working on it, we may go all over the place. We may go to the neck, we may go to the heart, we may go to the back of the solar plexus, all sorts of different places, because emotions can get kind of complicated, right? So like when we have a certain event that's traumatic in our life, it can be a lot of different emotions that get stuck in our body. It can be something that we didn't articulate fully at the time. We didn't speak our truth. We had something, maybe if it's a sexual trauma, you know, we might have some blocks in our sacral and our root, and then also in our vocal cord, you know, in our, not our vocal, you know, this area, for not speaking about it, you know, holding it back and not and expressing it. So it gets kind of complicated. So you can feel energies all over. So don't just expect it just in the feet and leg, or in the knees and legs. So there's another release, another big release. So I'll just articulate what's going on my end. So I feel a lot of cool energy around my knees and shins and my feet. So I still feel some tension up at my knees. So I know we're not done yet, but my shins and calves are very, very cold. So there's a lot of ether moving through those areas, a lot of cold energy, which is great. Yeah. Oh, hi, Roseanne. Yeah, there's a lot of strings, threads. That's a great way of articulating. They're like bunched up, like coiled in different areas, and they move all over the place. And then on those threads, there's like little like nodes. So like kind of like these things, like that's kind of why I use these. They're very archetypal, but it gets more complicated. But there's like little spots where this would be full of a dense area. So that could be somewhere in the body where there's a built up stuck energy, and then we work through the layers like an onion. But then it could be connected to this guy up here, where we have to do the same thing. So we're working, Roseanne, we're working on everybody's knees. Yeah, so. Not specifically my knees. If your stomach's hurting, if anywhere on your body is hurting, feel it as deeply as possible. Just feel it as deeply as possible. It may get worse before it gets better. That's what happens a lot of times. And if it gets really, really bad, it means it's about to release, to be honest, usually. I mean, almost never. We're getting pretty close. So as we're doing this, as we're clearing the knees, we are working on different areas of the body. So that's why it takes a little bit of time. We're working through a group frequency here. There's a bunch of different people in this group, and everybody's got their own thing going on with their knees. So sometimes it can be really quick. When we work on somebody, there's times where I can work on somebody and just really quickly clear it real fast. Just it just all depends. Oh, couch it, but that had to be really difficult, huh? I'm sorry you experienced that. I wonder, so you feeling better about it now, though? Sounds like you were going through, a really big transformational period. Camille, there is a transmission that I did that's specific for neuropathy, essentially. It's for nervous system, but nerves and stuff. But the person that asked had neuropathy, so it was designed to assist with that. Just go back in my hold on. If you go back in my videos, it should assist. Just watch it on repeat, and then hold your intention on fixing that issue, or healing that issue, not fixing it, healing. And you are already healed. Not that I shouldn't is a shame word. I would prefer to always say, crap, what was I going to say before that? I got distracted with the shame part. Brain. The brain of a channeler. It's not really there. Just well. Oh yes, we're already healed. Yes, thank you. That's it. Yeah, just to see yourself full, already healed. Yeah. Not healing. You're just catching your body up. Through this process, this is just catching up. It's just helping your body get to that point that's already healed. Once we decide that we're healed, we're healed. We see ourselves as healed, and then our body catches up to that point. Camille, I have tomorrow on my list, I have a transmission specifically for that, for chemo and chemo brain. I will post it for you, okay? Let me make sure that I actually do that. As long as I'm feeling okay in the morning, because I don't usually do my transmissions if I'm not feeling well enough, just because it's, I want to make sure that I feel good. And it always works out for the best when I make sure that I do the transmission when I'm feeling right, because you get a bigger benefit, right? Man, there's a lot in the knees, man. It's just gonna keep going. We're almost there. I think we're almost there. Okay, almost there. That was a good release. Cool. Okay, that might be it. No, a little bit more. A little bit more. Almost there. Knees are a big deal though. Like I mean, I'm feeling it too. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. All right, cool. God. How come I can't make a heart? What is that like? What the heck? Why can't I make a heart? There we go. Right? I just saw it. I don't know. It'll be. You don't have to watch it live. Call me Marie. You don't have to. You don't have to watch it live. So it'll be. I'll post it on my profile. So or my page, whatever. I'm starting to get a little. Having my own type of brain here, channeling brain. We're almost done. We're almost done. Almost done with it. Is that what's going on? I'm like, it should have released all the way. We're getting close. Okay. Cool. I think one more. That was another one. One more. I'm glad that you can. And if you guys aren't familiar with Sophia Speaks, she's an amazing human being and a very talented healer. And I mean, I don't know what labels you prefer, but if you check out her channel, she's amazing. She's a close friend from many experiences. So I appreciate her so much. She's definitely assists energetically and helps, especially with these lives. Okay. Yeah, bubbly hang. Okay, yeah, let me just create a code for that. So I'm just going to create a code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a C60 shape. It looks like a soccer ball. I'm going to make it... screw it. We're just going to make it silver. I'm going to make it silver inside and outside. It's going to be silver mirrors on the inside and outside. And I'm just going to code whatever needs to go inside that will help finish the job to whoever comes in that still would like to receive healing. And it'll go to their knees if they're open to receiving it, if their higher self wants it. So if their guides and their higher selves are sending them here to get knee healing, they can just use that code. They'll just throw it in their knees. Ooh, cool. Okay, I think I'm handing that to my higher self, or I don't know what he's doing with it. All right, so they're taking that. Guess I'm just doing this for a second. All right, there we go. Woo-wee. Okay, that did work. Good. Ooh. Woo-wee. Give me chills. Down the legs and everything. Go hot, ora, caramenti, na. Macurcora. Itch. E carna. Woo-wee. Whoa. Whew. Okay. Doc or dork girl. Yeah, absolutely. We can heal anything. I mean, I don't heal anything. It's up to you. But yeah, we can work on anything. So if you have insomnia, there's a reason for it. You know, there's all sorts of reasons. I've been through insomnia myself. Like I used to not sleep at all Really, I would sleep like 3 or 4 hours every like 3 or 4 days, and that was terrible. So I can totally relate to insomnia. But there's a lot of different factors. Sometimes it can be very physical factors that can mess with insomnia. Like these devices that we use all the time, literally, can drain us of our natural chemicals that will help us with our sleep patterns and stuff. Being through a lot of stress and pain, all sorts of stuff can make a big difference. So how's everybody's knees feeling? Mine are cold. It's going to continue to work. So just so you're aware, if it's not all the way gone, you felt stuff, just stick with it. It's going to continue to work. There's codes. So it's like using, it's like uploading. I don't know. It's uploading code. I don't know how else to articulate that. It'll continue to work. And then it will benefit you when it's all done. And it's up to your higher self will continue to work. And if you guys are welcome to call on my higher self. Just ask for Ty L if you want healing for certain things. It doesn't drain me. Don't worry. That's not how we function. So if just like if any other spirit guide or any other, if you want deity or whatever you want to call them, you can just ask for our help and we'll show up. So that'll help. Yeah. Hi everyone. Hi, new people showing up. We'll see. I guess it's about that time that I start wrapping it up. If you guys are interested in healing, if you are looking for energy healing, if any of this work resonated with you at all, or if you're just curious, or you just showed up through coincidence, quote unquote coincidence, and this kind of thing, you just get kind of pinged in a certain way. You feel a certain way about it, and you feel like you want to reach out. Please do. You can go to my profile. You can just click on my name or however it works. Go to my profile, and then there's a link in there, and you can click on that link, and you can send me a message. So I'm going to be updating my website. I have to have it updated before the new year. My old website is just too slow, and it's just giving me too many problems. But I'm really close to having my new website done, and you can order everything you need through that. You can order recorded sessions. You can book one-on-one sessions. There's going to be a lot more options, so just be on the lookout for that. What else? So if you're interested, or if you just want to ask questions, or if you just want to BS or whatever. I know this stuff is different, and if you're just waking up to these things, I know what it's like to feel alone in it and not know where to go to, and so don't be shy. I might not get back immediately, I do try to get back to everybody, at least, at the very least, at least to just say that I've got the message. If it's something that, I can't respond to necessarily, I will at least get back to you and let you know that I got the message. So I'm very little backed up right now. So I'm pretty much caught up. But if you have any questions, do that. So I will do my short little pitch. There's a couple things, so bear with me. Just disclaimer, doing my pitch. I offer one-on-one sessions, a 30-minute session and a 60-minute session. I specialize in upgrades, essentially frequency upgrades, getting you wherever you are to the next level of wherever you need to be as you designed. That's pretty much our specialty, but we can focus on healing on specific issues. That's best for the 30-minute session. Full upgrades are the 60-minute. I offer pre-recorded music video transmissions, essentially. So they're very similar to what I do on my profile here, where I do, have music and I do the stuff to the music. That's only $22, and you can choose whatever intention you want, and you can choose whatever music you want. So I feed on the music. I don't take from music, but I feed off the music. So if it's related to an intention that you have set for yourself, it can be really helpful. Like if it triggers an emotion, you choose music that triggers an emotion or makes you feel really badass or whatever, it can be really powerful because I can feed on that, and then you feed on that as well. And that's a really cheap option that's going to be changing after the new year. So I would highly recommend getting in on that, because you can watch the transmissions over and over and over again and get the same effects, and it could be different every time. I always recommend to do whatever's best for your highest good, because your highest good is always going to be different, right? So every time you watch it, it's always going to be for whatever you need at that time, which can be really powerful. Instead of like one specific thing, you may use it up, you know? So there's that. I got invited to a channeling summit, which will be the 3rd of January to the 5th of January. It's a big, you know, it's got a bunch of different people. It's got a cacao ceremony. It's done virtually, so it's online. And if you want to check that out, it's at channelingsummit.com. But I will post stuff on my profile soon. You can find me on Facebook for that kind of thing. But that'll be cool. So my session will be January the 4th. I'm a little different than the other channelers. So my session is going to be pretty much all walk. So we're going to be doing upgrades, activations. It'll be very similar to this, just like all business, you know, little interview or whatever. But there's other great channelers that communicate with other entities. So I don't connect with things that are outside myself, and I channel myself in a very specific way that, you know, I think there's a lot of value to the way that other people do their thing. You know, I find it very valuable. So I would recommend that too if you're new to this stuff. And you can, you know, they'll channel different deities and their guides and different things like that. So I recommend that. I think that's it. Sorry. But yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys for being here. Some of you have stuck around the whole night, and I appreciate you so much. Some of you guys come back every Friday, which is amazing. I'm going to try to do this every Friday about 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's what I'm going to aim for. I'm not fully committed, so if I'm not feeling well, I won't do it. But so far, I have done each Friday. And again, every Friday, I'll answer questions. We'll do some healings. We'll do some activations, all this stuff. So if you like this, come just, you know, subscribe. Hit that bell icon. And actually, all right. I love you guys. Have a good night. I'm posting these replays also on my YouTube. You can find me Ty L. You just search for Ty-L, just like in my up here. And I will be posting those. I posted last week's, so if you haven't seen last week's, you should go check that out, because you will still get the benefits of the healing. So you can check that out, get the benefits of the healing, and I'll go back. I still have old ones I need to post too, so it goes back, and we answer questions and all that stuff. I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you so much. I'm so honored to be a part of your design to remember, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. And happy holidays if I don't see you before next week. I will be doing giveaways. Actually, I should have said that before. I plan to be doing a live next week with the metaphysical chick. And we are she's also a part of it, Miro. And so we're going to give away free passes, free VIP passes to that channeling event. I should have said that before. So keep an eye out for that. So we will go live. We'll give that away. And you can be a part of that event for free, which is really cool. So I love you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. And thank you for helping other people heal here and asking great questions. I love you. Good night.